The Holy Spirit in the Great Commission. What you hear before bedtime can be incredibly important. It can shape your thoughts as you drift off to sleep and even influence your dreams. Tonight, let's explore the role of the Holy Spirit in the Great Commission given by Jesus to his disciples. Imagine a peaceful hill in Galilee, where Jesus stood with his disciples. The sun was setting, casting a golden glow over the land. This was a special moment, for Jesus was about to give them a very important mission. Jesus said to them, "Go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely, I am with you always, to the very end of the age." Matthew 28 verses 19 to 20. These words became known as the Great Commission. Jesus was sending his disciples out into the world to share the good news of his love and salvation with everyone. After giving the Great Commission, Jesus promised something wonderful. He told his disciples that they would not be alone in this mission. He said, "But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you, and you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem, and in all Judea and Samaria, and to the ends of the earth." Acts 1 verse 8. The Holy Spirit was the special helper Jesus had promised. The Holy Spirit would give them the strength, wisdom, and courage to share his message, even when it was difficult. Soon after Jesus returned to heaven, the disciples gathered together in Jerusalem. They were praying and waiting, just as Jesus had told them to do. Suddenly, a sound like a mighty wind filled the room, and what looked like tongues of fire rested on each of them. This was the day of Pentecost, and the Holy Spirit had arrived. The disciples were filled with the Holy Spirit, and they began to speak in different languages. This allowed them to share the message of Jesus with people from many different places. The Holy Spirit gave them the ability to communicate in ways they never could have on their own. As the disciples traveled and shared the message of Jesus, the Holy Spirit continued to work through them. He gave them the words to speak, the boldness to stand up against opposition, and the wisdom to guide new believers. The Holy Spirit was with them every step of the way, just as Jesus had promised. The Holy Spirit also worked in the hearts of those who heard the message. He helped them understand and believe in Jesus. The disciples were able to fulfill the Great Commission because the Holy Spirit was with them, guiding and empowering them. The Great Commission wasn't just for the disciples long ago. It's for us today, too. We are called to share the love of Jesus with others, to make disciples, and to teach them about his ways. Just like the disciples, we aren't alone in this mission. The Holy Spirit is with us, giving us the courage, wisdom, and strength we need. When we listen to the Holy Spirit, he guides us to the people who need to hear about Jesus. He gives us the right words to say and helps us live in a way that shows God's love. As you lay down to sleep tonight, remember that the Holy Spirit is with you. He is your helper, your guide, and your source of strength. Just as he helped the disciples fulfill the Great Commission, he will help you in your own life, too. Trust in his guidance, and know that you are never alone. Sleep well, knowing that the Holy Spirit is always with you, guiding you in fulfilling the mission Jesus has given us all.